Good evening. Hi, Paul. First one on. Terry asleep then. Getting ready for a holiday. Oh, no, no, she's awake. Hi, Joan. Hi, Terry. Hi, Leela. Hi, Eleanor. How's everyone doing? Waverley Magnets, good evening. All right, Jabba. Hi, Lynn. Let's see what that message is. Doing very well, thank you. Glad the week's over though. Hi, Stephen. How you doing? Been a long week. It's my first week. First time in 5 weeks of working on a blooming Friday. You know what? I quite liked having Fridays off, but I'm just too busy to have every Friday off. But it has been nice. It's been an unusual week. Last weekend wasn't nice. No, that weather was terrible. I mean, on Monday, I thought I'd see how long I can go wearing shorts. Yeah, not after Monday. No, we definitely gave up that idea. There was wind blowing in places I really didn't want wind blowing. It was very breezy on Monday. But yes, not the nicest of weather last week. We had to work really hard for what we got. Good evening, George. How are you doing? But we had fun. We had a laugh. We did a lot of moving around, unfortunately, but it's just what you've got to do. You've got to keep moving. Them blooming canoeists were a pain in the backside. We was going to go for a paddle as well. Hi, Kat. How are you doing? But yes, it's going to be a quiet 3 weeks without Paul and Terry. But they have a lovely time enjoying themselves with the hurricanes and the storms. Don't worry, we'll be fine in Britain because we've got a load of bad weather as well. No, I'm sure it'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll have a great time. If I missed anyone, I apologise. I don't think I have. But yes, I am out Sunday. I am going to a new location. Waiting for the package from Amazon, which still not arrived today. Good old Amazon. Yes, I'm going to a new place, a place I've never been. And I don't think I've fished that far east before. But I'm going to give it a try because I'm sure it's got to work. I've got to say that. It's got to work. It's been hot here as well today, George. From the week we've had, to be honest with you, all the rain and everything else. Today it was like 27 degrees. But apparently it's going to be rather wet at the weekend. And the person I'm fishing with did actually say to me, "You do know there's no cover there." Well, it happens. We get a bit damp. We get a bit damp, don't we? But we're going to have a laugh. We're going to have fun. But like I say, completely new location. Somebody did suggest the location. Not that far, I'm afraid. Not that far, no. It's just, yeah, I don't think I've fished that far east in the UK before, but we're going to give it a go because well, it's sort of northeast, I think you'd probably say, but we're going to give it a go, and let's keep our fingers crossed because it's a very old area. That's as much I'm going to say. I'm not going to give any more away from that. It's a very old area, and if that doesn't work, there's a place half an hour down the road that I haven't done before either. So we shall give that a go and see. So we shall see. We shall see. I know that'd be good. That would, wouldn't it, Stephen? You get a good swing on your magnet. No rain here for 2 months in Kentucky. Water's way low. Oh, we've had a fair bit of rain, to be honest with you. You know, a lot of people in Britain, they say, "Oh, I'm glad it's rained," especially Terry for the allotment. But no, I'd rather it be dry. I'd rather have snow than rain, to be honest with you. Because it's that old story, and when it's hot, you can only take so much off before you get arrested. But when it's snowing, you just put more on. And that works then, because you just put more clothes on and you keep warm. And if you're getting cold, you move quicker. So we don't mind if we've got to smash a bit of ice. Hi Ollie, how you doing? Hi Michael. Don't look a day over 35, if only. If only. 35 seems such a long time ago now, but I'll take the compliment. I don't get many. It's probably because I don't give many either. I was talking to a guy today, one of my customers, and he was telling me how he was a carer. Hi Stuart, how you doing? And he looks after the older people, which fair play to him. It's not a job I could do. And he said, why couldn't you do it? I said, because I like to wind people up, and that just wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't. You know me. I just like to have a laugh and a joke. Life, it's all about having a bit of fun, isn't it? So, my way of looking at it, that it's probably not the job for me because not everyone understands my humour. Most of you lot do. Terry's about there now. I think she gets it. She just thinks I'm horrible, which is great. But we do have a laugh about it. Now, tomorrow night's video. Oh, that started even before the intro. You'll see it on the video tomorrow. I've just got to finalise it and convert it, and then I can get it uploaded. But yeah, the fun started even before the fine. Well, I don't know. The fines were coming out. Terry, she got her magnet in so quick that day. But and that's what it's all about, having a laugh. Yeah, around 8:30 ish. Tired today, been a 30-mile walk training for the charity. Blooming out 30 miles. Well, good luck. And they always say the more practice you do, the easier it's going to get on the day. Well, that's what they tell me. Well, obviously, I'm from the UK. There's people on here from all over, to be honest with you, so I'll let them answer that for you. But, yeah, oh, there we go. My comments paused, but they're off again now. But this week, my son started his job this week. Unfortunately, he finishes at 11:30 at night. So after I finish work, I have to go and get him. Now tonight, he said it might be about 12:30. Great. So I've got to be there for 11:30 and probably sit around an hour waiting for him. That'll be another one. I might actually take my computer with me. I can do a bit of editing while I'm sitting and waiting. But yes, that's all my children are finally working, which is great. Just needs him to pass his driving test now in November. And that's it. I could stop being Dad's taxes. That would be so nice. Hi Claire, how you doing? But yeah, like I say, it's been a busy week. Hi Andy, how you doing? Now, who's out this weekend? I know Andy's out tomorrow. I know exactly where Andy is. I know exactly who he's with. And Claire, obviously. I know where they're good. I'm doing well. Bit tired, but you know, it's been a long week. It's been some long days because I'm not getting home till midnight. So, no, they can start driving at 17 over here, Devota. But then they've obviously got to pass the test first. All my kids have left it late. Well, me, I mean, I was having a little drive before I got a licence, but I was driving a long time before. But over here, they've got to be 17, then they've got to have their lessons, and they've got to pass their test. But and I know there's one country in Europe, I believe you can drive from the age of 14, but the cars all have to be restricted to 25 mile an hour. You won't want to get stuck behind one of them on a country road, I can tell you that. Now, years ago, you could actually drive a plastic pig, as it was called, a Reliant Robin, or a Regal, but you had to have reverse gears disabled. You could drive them at 17, but you couldn't have reverse on them. Start on the farm at 11. Actually, the first time I ever drove was in a pub car park, because my friend's parents owned a pub. And that's the days when they used to open 11 till 2. They weren't open all day. And he used to have an Austin Maxi. And we used to drive that round the car park. So that's where I first learnt to drive, to be honest with you. But we used to have a laugh. We used to go around the car park when the pub was closed. Actually, we used to drive around the car park when the pub was open, but yeah. I've seen anything said with that. Not legally, but yeah, well, it's a long time ago, and things were much easier then. Appeal 50. Appeal 50? Neighbour had a racetrack on his farm. Oh, that'd be cool, that would. Definitely be fun. Can't beat a warm Coke. Disgusting. You have to pay 99 pence more if you want it with sugar in it in Britain. You have a dark one, it's 99 pence cheaper. But I don't do diet drinks. I need the sugar. Keeps me going. You're right there, Andy. Why you keep picking that place, I don't know. You are definitely a glutton for punishment. But good luck to you, because I know there's still loads in there. I don't think you're going to have a shortage of pulling stuff out. Let's put it that way. It never has done before, so I think you're going to have a good time. You tell, I mean, that other bloke to sit on his backside and don't get involved. Started driving a 14 Mustang. I know you was telling us, Jabba. Only you. A Polo. There's one thing I've never had is a Polo. I've had a lot of cars. I mean, I must have had about 12 cars before I was 17. But that's what it was like then. Things were so much easier. You've got some sweets for me to try on next week. I've heard about people like you. My mum told me not to talk to strangers, Claire. And definitely don't take sweets off them. And don't get much stranger than you. Sorry, it's one of those. One of them. I know, I actually ate early today. Once I took my son to work, because he didn't start till 6, then we ate early, so that's why that's been sitting around for 2.5 hours, and it's a little bit warm. Oh, you're there already. Well, I wouldn't do that. Somebody might nick them. So, come on, who else is going out this weekend? There's got to be more of you going out. 11 tractor and 1966 Buick. It's just the thing, American cars, they're all big over here, they're all little cars. When you go into some of the multi-storey car parks around here, some of the proper old ones, they're very narrow. They're not designed for things like vans and modern day cars because they're so narrow, and even the parking spaces, but that's how it used to be. Hi Chuck, how you doing? Yeah, a lot of car parks around here are really designed for the smaller cars, definitely not for the big ones. Especially not for my van either. When I park it in a parking space, it overlaps it by 2 foot. And when I was in Florida and looked at the parking space there, you lot get it so easy. You get lovely big parking spaces. In here, it's when you park in car parks, you guarantee that someone's going to park next to you and bash your door. But in America, yeah, you've got lovely big parking spaces. That's one thing we really don't get in Britain. I've noticed the local Tesco to me, they have actually increased the size of their parking base when they resurfaced it. And you've got about 2 foot between each car, which is absolutely brilliant. Some thought goes into it, but most car parks, it's like most houses in Britain, they don't have space, they don't have land. It's all about putting as many in as they can, just because land's worth money. Hello, Nicola. Nice of you to drop in. I know, that's a little Dudley Dipper. Oh, you still get your door smashed there as well. People don't care, do they? I used to think people actually don't care anymore. You know, and that's the problem. It's just people are ignorant, really are ignorant, to be honest with you. Squeaky. See, look, it ain't changed here, Nick. People are still sarcastic as usual. But yeah, I have noticed that people don't care anymore. People have got no respect for other people's property. And unfortunately, it's getting worse. It's not getting better. I agree, George. Yes, they are. The world is full of people like that. That's the trouble. Hi, Raymond. How you doing? I must admit, you are right, Andy. People do struggle with parking. Where my son started working, his first day there, when he got there and he was waiting outside, he was watching people trying to park out the front, and he said it's the funniest thing he's ever seen in his life. People are terrible. A lot of people really shouldn't be driving, but they continue to drive and they continue to just hit everybody's car. But I find the smaller cars, I find them harder to park. Hi Gerd, how are you doing? Sorry, you're always late, Gerd. That I can find that I can park my van, which is much bigger than a car, easier than I can actually park a car. It's a bit weird, isn't it? You know, and I think what it is, when you're driving a van, you rely more on your mirrors. When you're in a car, you're looking out the back window. I think it's easier when you get used to driving with your mirrors. It's so much easier. Oh, well done, Andy. Well, that's good. The main thing is, mate, you've got a job. You're not going to let it beat you. You just got back out there and got back in it. I know, obviously, driving is what you do. I know you left that sort of thing because you didn't want to do it again, but needs must. Unfortunately, that's what happens. You know, I'm lucky in the respect that I love my job, so it doesn't bother me. Where a lot of people, you're there to pay the bills, and that's the thing. But no, I've got a job that I enjoy. I've got a hobby that I enjoy. You know, I've got a great family. Overall, I've got a pretty good life, and I'm happy with that. Really am happy. I just like to torture myself every Sunday just to give all you lovely subscribers, every one of you, a massive thank you for all your support. And three mirrors above your bed. Terrible, terrible. But yeah, the support for the channel is absolutely fantastic. Wednesday's videos going really good. Hi Marcus, how you doing? So yeah, absolutely brilliant. It's back a 40-foot, 8-foot wide trailer through a 9-foot wide door. Do you find it easier though with bigger things? Obviously, bigger cars I find easy. It's little ones. Whenever I park little cars, I get out of them and I'm never straight. But with something big like a van, I'm always get it right. And I mean, I can get to like within an inch of the wall behind me and everything. With a car, I find it a lot harder. I don't know. I think it's because when I first passed my test back in 1987, 88, I can't remember, a long time ago, the first thing I had on the road was a van. And I love that van, and so really I've drove vans for years, and I don't rely on the interior mirror. I'm always using the door mirrors. When I'm in the car, I'm looking at the door mirrors more than the interior mirror, and I think it's just something you get used to be honest with you. Some people have enough trouble going forward, let alone looking in the rear view mirror. Terrible, terrible driving. Hi Janine, how you doing? Nah, it's not down to me. I may give you a bit of a shout out, Andy, but at the end of the day, a channel is what you make it. And like I've always said before, don't rely on other people. You've got to do it your way. You've got to have your own style. Thank you very much, Marcus. Really appreciate that. Yeah, I've always said that. You know, you can't feed off the back of others. What you've got to do is go out there. You've got to do your own thing. Never try to imitate people. Never try to copy them. You've got to be yourself. People come to watch you for you, not because you. That's not a problem at all, Andy. Not because you're trying to be someone else. It doesn't work. If you can't be natural, if you can't be yourself, then it's never going to work for you. Like I say, I always had that advantage that I started pretty early in this, because obviously it's a very crowded hobby now. At first, it fascinated people because they didn't know what it was, and think when people don't understand things and don't know what it is, a lot more people watch it. But it's like anything, as things get more popular, they get more flooded. But you've got to bring your own style to it, and that's what it's all about. Be yourself, have a laugh, enjoy it, because there is a few people, unfortunately, in my opinion, they're rather clinical. Clinical doesn't work. People have. Oh, it's bad enough in this world at the moment. You need a bit of fun. You need a bit of a laugh, and I think that's probably why. Because my channel's always been like that. People have come, people have gone, but we've always had fun, and I think that's what people want to. They don't want the normal things. They just want to come and just see something a bit different, put a smile on their face, and if we can do that, we make people smile when we do the videos, then so be it. Absolutely brilliant. Hi Craig, how you doing? 54 Plymouth. God, I can't think what mine was. It's so long ago. Thanks, Janine. Oh, I've had some things said, but oh dear. Like I said, maybe more medieval swords. It'd be nice. That definitely would be nice. Yeah, I mean, we're not serious. We're not too serious. We don't pretend to be anything we're not. We're just literally a load of old folk going out, dragging stuff out the waters and having a bloody good laugh doing it. That's the way I look at it. Works for me. That's it. Jabba knows that, yes. It's all about having a laugh. Always fun when Ben comes along, because if anyone can do anything crazy, it's Ben. Like throw his magnet in without tying it down, chuck his box in when he throws it too far. But it's always unpredictable, but we do have a laugh. I mean, I don't think there's a day where I've been out and not had fun. The finds are great. Don't get me wrong. It's always good to find things, but in all fairness, if you can go out and just have a laugh, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's disheartening, but that's life. You can't always do well in a hobby like this because there is no guarantee. It's like my son and daughter-in-law to be are just going out, so the dogs are going a bit mad. Yeah, you can't guarantee you're going to find anything. You just have to try. Just have to, and that's what we do. Your mystery box win was definitely a good one. Mystery box. You're going to have to explain that one. It's unique. Oh, definitely unique. Yeah, we just, as we are, I won't change. That's a good way of looking at that, that is, DeVoe. I do like that. That is a good saying. Yeah, it's not fun. But I have fun at work because, you know me. I'm even like it with my customers. I'm always winding them up. I do a lot of work for the trade, a lot of garages, and I'm absolutely terrible. I'm known in the motor trade as the Grim Reaper because, yeah, I can write a car off pretty quick. When you give people the price of electrical problems now, they're like, whoa. No, I haven't asked her about the farm shop. I keep seeing people commenting, but unfortunately, yeah, things are so expensive to repair now. And I'm like the Grim Reaper because I'm at the end of the line, and if I give them bad news, it usually means it's gone. So, unfortunately, that's the way it is. But I've got my car back now on the road. Absolutely brilliant. I do like driving that car. It's so relaxed. And when you've had a hard day and it's freezing cold and you've got a bit of backache, see you later, Leela. Thanks for joining. Them heated seats are fantastic. They're really good for it. How's Paul? And he's going, oh no, Paul. Paul. What you doing, eh? Causing all that trouble. I'd never do anything like that. I've always been a little angel when it comes to that sort of thing. Ish. She said, how's the spiders? I must be missing something here. I've heard you talking cobwebs, but I'm not sure about the spiders. Craig, do you not like spiders? Next time I see you, I'll bring you a tinful. Hi, Jim and Sigrid. Good evening. Thank you for joining. Let's have a look. What's that one? Oh, there we go. I don't like spiders. They're alright. I find them a little bit crunchy and the hairs tickle your lip when you're biting them. Leave your cobwebs alone. Oh dear. Oh, you're that paranoid about... There's somebody who's paranoid about crayfish as well. Who is it? Is anyone on here? They were here, Nick, but I think they're probably going to bed early because they're flying out in the morning. So that's probably why. I love fuzzy jumping spiders. Each to their own. How is it Craig don't like crayfish? Craig don't like the crayfish. Is there anything you do like? Yeah, they fly out tomorrow morning, so they're probably getting an early night. Shannon hates crayfish. I only do when they bite you. Thanks for joining, Stuart. Have a great weekend, mate. I had 25 tarantulas at one point. What do you have, a barbecue? You won't want to boil them from our waterways, I can tell you that. Ooh, the statement. They really like to eat the dirt. That's what keeps them going. All that dirt does, and they're a bit smelly. Creepy crawlers. I don't like the 2 minute legs thing. What about snakes? Are you alright with them? Walk on for our major 65, third floor. Sorry, it's electrical, sent him back to the junkyard. Okay. That's tell them so I can sell me out. Hi Mark, how you doing? So Craig, yes, snakes are fine. can't run after me. No, but they could swallow you whole. Right, okay, so if it's got more than two legs, you don't like them then. It's lucky you can manage two legs, otherwise you wouldn't like humans as well. Ammo for snakes, spray for spiders, cats for mice. There we go, that sort of sorts it out, doesn't it? You had a scorpion as well. Well, you're just strange, you are. Yeah, I mean, we had a African land snail. It was called Pepsi, and it was huge. I mean, and that was white. It was an albino one. He was huge. Hate snakes. Too many venomous ones in Kentucky. There's a lot of snakes in blooming Britain as well, George. If we try and keep away from them. But yeah, then you get quite a few grass snakes around, and you get a few of them swimming in the water, but no, not too many. Humans you're not keen on. Yeah, so you do see a few, and the rats. Oh, the size of some of them rats that we see down the blooming rivers, canals. They're big buggers. They are. You get a proper meal out of some of them, proper big ones. Yeah, I think we all have. But it's a funny world at the moment. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. People aren't happy. Things aren't going according to plan. Doesn't like eels. Eels are a pain in the backside. We've pulled a few out the Thames when they've come up in something. But you cannot pick the damn things up. My God, do they wiggle, them things. They're slimy and they don't half flipping wiggle. Yeah. My mother-in-law, she used to live in London. She's from London originally. And when they moved up to Northamptonshire, they actually used to go back down there for pie mash and eels. Don't think I'd want to eat them, but gave them a box full of tarantula skins. Oh dear. Hi Jamie, how you doing? I think you're just mean, Claire. I think it's funny though. That's the sort of thing I can see you doing, to be honest with you. Anything for a laugh, anything to put a smile on Craig's face while he's running off. Don't know whether it's a smile or whether it's just fear. Use a rag to pick up eels. I've got the rubber gloves on. I thought that would have done it, but no, unfortunately. Cudmap, good evening to you as well. Rocky had a dead eel in a scaffold. God, it stank nearly made me bit. Well, you've not got the best gag reflex. But saying that, Ben, we had made you smell some things that most people wouldn't even smell. But you're up for a laugh. I remember we found something, didn't we? You had a good smell of it in a jar. Yeah, that you were gagging. No, none of it's meant in a bad way. If it's meant in a bad way, she'd give you a living one, wouldn't she? Not just the skins. Yeah, in London, George, it's a common meal, that. Pie, mash and eels. So you've got a meat pie, mashed potato and eels covered in gravy. So, on top of the bin, scared the bin, man. Yeah, so, yeah, people do like eels. Not for me. Jellied eel, yeah, but it's just minging. Can set them in resin. Okay, that sounds like John. He'll always find a use for something. I know, George, there's some strange people out there. Jellied eels are really icky. It reminds me of Only Fools and Horses when they did the Jolly Boys outing. They were eating jellied eels as well. Oof, no, not for me. I don't really do fish. Eels are just like slimy snakes, and no, definitely not. And to be honest with you, I don't think I want to eat anything that come out of our waterways. Our waterways not clean. They are getting better. We are making them better. More and more stuff is coming out, so we are actually getting them cleaner week by week. It might take a few lifetimes to actually clear it, because to be honest with you, people are just filth. Bangers and mash, common meal that is, with onion gravy. But make your own gravy. Just do normal gravy. Chop your onions and put it in there. Slightly fry them just to soften them up a bit. Oh yeah, bangers and mash with onion gravy. I sit with Harry eels. Yeah, they're easy to catch, I must admit. But Right, well, I'm going to wrap this up then because I'm sorry, it was cock and musk crab, yeah, no, definitely not. It's like people eat these little fishy snail things in jars. Not for me, definitely not. No, give me a fish finger or a bit of cod and chips, and I'll do it. But apart from that, no, no. But right, I'm going to go now. I will be 9 o'clock tomorrow night for the premiere. Don't miss it. That's a place that it just won't stop giving. That place, it really won't stop giving. But first part of it is tomorrow. Second part is next Wednesday. So 9 p.m. tomorrow for the premiere, and we'll be on Sunday. I'll be out with someone you might recognise, you might not. Out Sunday, which we'll do a live at 12. We'll do one at 4. It's a completely new area. I've never been there before. I'm hoping it pays. It's got good history in the area, so let's just hope we can find something a little bit different. But thank you all for joining. Paul and Terry, when you watch this back, because I know what you like, you always do, have a fantastic holiday. Don't worry about me. I'm taking sandwiches, and we will catch you on the next one. So everyone have a fantastic weekend. If you are out fishing, be safe. If not, it's going to be a bit warm tomorrow, but don't worry, the rain's coming Sunday. But have a fantastic weekend, everyone. Thanks for your continued support. Leave a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed already, make sure you do. And let's get to 50,000. Then I can have a tattoo, the thing that I've never considered in my life. But when I said I was going to do it, I'm going to do it. Thanks for joining, everyone. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you on the next one.